The Overwatch League update is live, and many people were not too happy about that. Now, I'm sure that the first thing you guys associate with that will be the horrendous pricing for those glorified recolors, and we're going to talk about that as well. But first, did you know that there's a difference between EU and NA forums on Battle.net? Yeah, me neither. I learned that today when I was told that the forums are in turmoil because they are upset with the Overwatch League update. So obviously, I promptly went to said forums to learn that I saw no such thing. Little did I know that this was for the NA side of things, and boy, there are some interesting differences. So what exactly are people upset with? Well, as it turns out, they really don't like to have something shoved down their throat that has nothing to do with them, let alone something that they have no interest in. People did not like the fact that the Overwatch League update went live before Blizzard World and other balance patches, feeling like they postponed other content in favor of their Twitch Blizzard esport love child. A very relatable feeling for sure. I wish I had more insight so I could comment on whether or not the individuals responsible for the OWL prep are the same developers who would otherwise be working on new content for the game, but sadly, I have no such info. But whether they did or didn't reallocate resources away from actual content patches does not matter to your average Joe because it feels all the same to them. And it is something I talked about before as well. Why would said Joe care about esports even in the slightest when he's unhappy with the current state of the game? Now granted, the Mercy nerf is currently being explored and new content is on its way, but fact is that the game right now is still no step further to improvement itself. So I don't blame people for being upset that they did not manage to push out a balance or content patch before the launch of the Overwatch League. When it comes to the throat down shoving nature of this update, I do not believe that this is gonna go anywhere. You gotta look at it from their perspective. If they allowed you to change the main menu background, then they would effectively give up advertisement space for their own products. Free advertisement space no less, since this is their own game. And when you think about it, it's not really something that we should not come to expect from Overwatch, since it is not really a game of choice. As much as I like to say that it is, given that you can swap to any hero you like mid-game. Consumer choice is being thrown out the window and there are even more things shoved down your throat instead. I mean, you can't even set up a map preference rotation for quick play, forcing you to play their poorly designed 2CP game modes, and also having to play King of the Hill for the entirety of an evening just by sheer luck or the lack thereof, and you'd really like to play Payload or Hybrid instead. Why would they give us that choice? It does not matter to them that they poorly designed these game modes or maps. If they give us the choice to avoid them, then the few people who do want to play on those will get longer queue times. Does it matter to them that this will be due to their own screw-ups? Of course not. But I digress. Bottom line is that yes, it may be obnoxious to you if you don't care about the Overwatch League, but it's free advertisement space to them. Maybe if enough people complain, they will allow you to change the background after the fact, but I personally would not bet on it. When it comes to pricing for the Overwatch League recolors, it's another case of what did you expect? Sure, some of you might be new to the Blizzard ecosystem, but let me tell you this, they have a history of overpricing their cosmetic items. Go into any Blizzard game of your choice that sells cosmetics and see for yourself. They take advantage of the fact that true-blooded Blizzard fans will pay the price anyway. There is no reason why they have to sell a mount for 25 bucks or a pet for 10 bucks in World of Warcraft. There's also no reason for them to turn their microtransactions and Heroes of the Storm into a nightmare of currencies, but they do it anyway, because they are Blizzard and they can get away with it. What I find really funny is to see that people keep bringing up the overall price associated with purchasing every Overwatch League skin available. Does it really matter? The answer is no. Again, looking at your average consumer, nobody's even going to consider to get every skin available because it is not about collector's value or anything like that. I mean, for crying out loud, they don't even look good. Who cares if they cost $1,400 combined? Nobody's a true fan of every single team in the Overwatch League. What is still annoying, however, is the $5 price tag per skin. That's just way too expensive for such a lazy recoloring job. But again, it's Blizzard. They operate under the assumption that their fans will pay it anyway. Even if we have no idea how much of that money actually supports the teams and how much Blizzard is pocketing themselves to pay for the infrastructure that they're setting up for this mammoth of a project. TLDR, I have no way of figuring out if they truly reallocated resources away from content patches to work on the Overwatch League. The update may be obnoxious to you if you don't care about their esport, but it's a free advertisement space for them, so I don't expect them to give that up anytime soon. Consumer choice is not exactly a priority in Overwatch. And lastly, the overall cost for these skins does not matter because who in their right mind would even consider buying 300 skins, especially given the fact that they are meant to be treated like jerseys to show your support for your favorite team. Nobody is a fan of every team in any league ever. Sure, the skins are expensive, especially given how low effort they look, but it's Blizzard. They've been doing this for years because they know they can get away with it. And this concludes today's video on the forum outrage regarding the Overwatch League update. Don't take this the wrong way, guys. I'm absolutely on your side if you are upset, but I just don't think that any of this is surprising, nor do I think that they care, even in the slightest. Note on the side, I've been slowing down on the uploads a bit because I'm working on a review. I decided to try and break out of my shell in 2018, so I stopped chasing down my every other day upload schedule to work on projects that plain and simply require a bit more time to get done properly. I want to diversify my content with more FPS related videos, maybe even occasionally visit other genres, so if you got any recommendations then feel free to leave a comment down below. But until then, thank you everybody so much for watching. Don't forget to drop me a like on your way out if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and I hope to see you all next time.